Former President Trump is nearly assassinated, and immediately afterwards he jumps up and starts pumping his fist at the audience of his adoring fans. From a self-preservation standpoint, not the smartest move. It's an active shooter situation. And who knows? He's the target. Maybe there's another shooter in a nearby grassy knoll. But from a political campaign standpoint, like him or not, it was genius. It set up one of the most iconic photos in history, which makes me wonder, what does the Torah say about leaders? In this week's Parsha, the king of Moab, Balak, sends messengers to hire the sorcerer Balaam to curse the Jewish people. That night, God appears to Balaam and asks him what's going on. And Balaam says, Balak, the king of Moab, wants to hire me. God doesn't know who Balak is. Balaam has to tell him. So Rashi here on the spot in his commentary explains that it was as if Balaam was saying to God, I may not be a big deal in your eyes, but I am esteemed in the eyes of the nations. What does that mean? A later commentator explains that Balaam understood that lo kam b'Yisrael k'Moshe od. There never was another prophet among the Jews like Moshe. Among the Jews. But among the non-Jews there was. God gave the non-Jewish world a prophet with abilities akin to Moshe's. Why? So that they couldn't complain and say, well, if we had had a prophet with abilities like Moses, we would have also turned to you. So Balaam knew he was that guy, Moshe's analog, same level of power. And he was critiquing the Jews because everything he did was meant as an attack on the Jews. He was pointing out to God subtly, look at how the Jews treat their leader. Non-stop scorn, they vilify him, they complain, they rebel. Whereas look at me, I'm Moshe's equal and I get praise and esteem from the non-Jewish world. And God's answer to Balaam, smacking him down, was, do only what I tell you to do, only what I say. God was hinting back to Balaam, you don't get it. Unlike you, Moshe, as the leader of the Jewish people, is not trying to win a popularity contest. He only does what I tell him to do. Don't think that you're more esteemed because you're a better leader. You're more esteemed because you're leading in the wrong way. And that also explains Moshe's name. The name that he got from Pharaoh's daughter when she rescued him from the Nile. She says that she named him Moshe because min hamayim mishisihu, I drew him out of the water. Water takes the shape of whatever receptacle it's in. That's the typical politician. They look, what do the people want? That's what I'll give them. Moshe wasn't like that. He was drawn out of the water. He never led by trying to give the people what they wanted. He asked God, what do you want? Your word is what I'm going to communicate, popular or not. That is what it takes to be a great leader according to the Torah.